right, ladies and gents, and welcome here to our third chapter of Loud and Proud podcast here on my channel on YouTube. I will remind you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell right here and comment, like. Today we have as a guest JP CERVONI, which is a guitar player based in LA from Italy, just like me. And he's been doing this for more than 40 years based in LA. So he's been the guitar player from Novarex in the 80s and a lot of great musician and artists in LA. Hi, JP. How you doing today?
Hello, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Ciao.
Ciao. So,
Delizia.
we are here on this channel actually because of our great passion for Kiss. All of pretty much all of the subscribers are here because of the videos I did with Bruce Kulick, which is one of my favorite guitar player out there. And I know you had some connections with Paul and Gene during the years in the 70s, 80s. So tell us some stories that you can share with us.
Sure. I'll tell you a little bit about Paul and a little bit about Gene.
Sure.
Uh, in the 80s, I was part of a little clique of a few friends, 10 friends that were part. There was a main friend of mine, a girl, a nice girl that was the boss of our own little clique. And part of this clique was Paul Stanley. That's how I met him, via my friend. She would invite us all the time to her place. She was very, very rich, a lot of money. She lived in Bel Air. And we would get together there often, and have dinner, play some guitar, talk, have fun, Springs, go see concerts. And Paul was part of this clique as well. That's how I met him. I never got really, really close because Paul is a little bit shy, a little bit reserved. And a lot of people actually think that he's negative, has a big ego. Oh, Paul, is not too friendly, which is not true. Paul is a sweet person, very intelligent, reserved, and a little bit shy. Paul, at the time, Paul, very funny. If you talk music with Paul knows everything about everything. All the songs, all the bands. You say a year, you say a song, you say a band, he gives you the breakdown. He knows everything about
Wow.
it. Very smart. And it's simple. Paul is a super nice, smart guy. My experience with him when I used to hang with him, it was fun. It was fun to have a Paul around. Couple times he came to pick me up at my house. He drove to come and pick me up so we could go to dinner. And I remember a personal satisfaction at the time is that I had a famous band and we were the house band at the Whiskey A Go Go on
Yeah.
Sunset.
Sunset Boulevard.
And I remember one time we just finished playing. I would invite Paul all the time to go, Paul, come and see us play. Come and see us play. Because I want him to produce our band. So I
You used to
remember one
produce
time.
a lot of band during the 80s.
Yeah. He produced a lot of bands. Yeah. And so I would invite him, But I was always very reserved. Like I said, I wasn't really, really close because I always give him the distance that he needed. I wasn't going to be a fan. Oh, Paul. Blah, blah,
No, of
blah.
course.
I wasn't going to bug him. You know what I mean? We're just, we were respectful friends like that. And I remember though, that was super cool. I remember just finished playing at the Whiskey, and I had a big name at the Whiskey, so I had a lot of people around and all of that. So I'm physically coming out of the Whiskey with my guitar, crossing on the street, right? And there's a stoplight at the light.
Hmm.
So we crossed out with my whole band, just like the Beatles on Abbey Road. We're walking down, right? We stop here. The light is red. A car comes in, and it's Paul, right? And it's Paul. And this is what happens. I'm on the other side. The window goes down, and it's Paul Stanley goes, "Hey, JP!" And all my friends in the band, they totally freak out
Of course.
because that's Paul Stanley, man, calling you JP. I say, "Yeah, I know the guy, man." Like, funny like that,
Just
but
stop.
but super cool, right? Super cool like that. And another thing, another interesting thing, via our very rich friend, we would go sometimes to these expensive restaurants in, you know, Bel Air, Beverly Hills
Mhm.
area. And I remember one time we went out, and it was me, my wife, Paul Stanley, and my friend, my friend, having dinner, and a waitress came to serve us, right?
Mhm.
And Paul looked at her, double looked at her, and that was it. So we finished dinner, and then Paul got up and went to ask her something, and I'm assuming he got her phone number because he must have liked her. And weeks later, that ended up being his girlfriend and his wife.
Oh,
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I
so
remember that.
what was her name?
I don't remember, man.
Okay, the
I
first
think it,
wife.
well, I think they got divorced after a while, but
Okay.
I remember they got married, and I
Okay.
remember me driving with Paul. He was looking for a house in the Hollywood Hills
Okay.
to go look for houses and everything. But
I
anyway, super,
yeah,
super, super, super sweet.
nice.
Now
Uh-huh.
Gene Simmons, uh, totally different, almost opposite personality. Gene Simmons just big, 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 big personality, but exactly the same as Paul. Very sweet, very smart, no ego. People mistake the ego for Gene, of being proud of what he has accomplished.
Of course.
Gene is very proud of what he has accomplished. When I went to his house one time because he was interested in my band, so he called me. He had a record company at the time, and so I went up there and talked to him. And what he did, he said, "Oh, JP, come in." We sit down, we say hi, and all of that. And then he took me to a special room and said, "Come and look." And he has this big room in his house with everything his, the lunch boxes, the flipper machines,
All the
the
gadgets.
puppets, the whole thing. Very proud, man. Very proud. Say, his vibe was, look at look, look what you can do in
Nice.
this country.
That's beautiful.
Super cool.
That's
Super,
why
super
that's
cool.
why I love the guys and the band because I never met them. They actually start doing the meet and greet process and everything. But my point is like I would like to meet them one day because something that I did with music and not really as only a fan, right?
Right. I
So
understand.
I'm hoping and waiting for that day to come one day. But that's why I love the band and the guys because I can get that vibe from them because when you do the same stuff, you understand and you're not only a fan, you understand why they act in a certain way and the difference between when you are on and off stage. We are all in their way, like Clark Kent and Superman,
Right.
and for them it's even more because they wear makeup so they look really like superheroes, but pretty much all of us are like that performers, and even you in the 80s were on a hard rock hair metal band, right? So
True. True.
tell us about your band
No,
during
I
the
wanna I wanna tell you I
okay.
wanna tell you two more things about Gene because it's
Yes.
super fun. So the day when I went to see him at his house and he showed me all the stuff, he wanted to show me all that he accomplished, right? Including his wife. She's a beautiful girl. So what he said, JP, come with me. And we walk up and she was there in the bed. He made me walk with him right to the bedroom because she was there with they had a baby. They had a baby. And she was feeding the baby.
Okay.
But he wanted me to introduce me to the wife as well too. So here's my wife.
Nice.
Very nice, very nice. And then another thing, I was on the road with my band playing. I was in Indianapolis,
Hmm.
and I knew the Kiss was coming. They had a date, a concert set up.
Hmm.
So I called this house So I wanted to talk to Gene, but he was on the road. But I think at the time his sister was managing or running the record company, and I remember I must have met her at the time. And I called. I said, "Hey man, my friend of Gene, and he's playing in Indianapolis. I want to go see him. I want to bring my whole band to the concert." And she set it up. She said, "Okay, okay, I'll call you back." So she called back and she said, "You got the special passes. So go to the concert, go to the forum, and go to this door at this time,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll be able to get in."
Nice.
So I go there with all my whole band. So I bring my band. We go in the back door, and we're waiting. The door opens, and it's Gene, fully dressed up.
Which year was it?
Fully dressed up with all his gear, with his bass, with his sax bass in his hand,
Uh-huh.
and he came to pick us up.
Nice. Which
The
year was
door
it?
opened. Gene came in and said, "Okay, you guys, come in with me." Beautiful, man.
Wow. Do you
Beautiful.
remember the year?
No.
So
No.
like late 80s.
Yeah, late 80s. They still had all the makeup.
Oh, no, they had the makeup, so it's late 70s then.
I don't remember
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
With the
But
makeup,
I do remember
early.
this is how nice
Nice, beautiful.
Gene is. He came in himself, dressed up, opened the door, and said, "Come in."
Nice.
That's super cool. Super cool.
These are stories that like pretty old fans would like to tell, right?
Right, right.
So the other night I watched for the first time the biopic about Motley Crue, the Dirt, right? And it starts like from '81 and the music scene on the Sunset Boulevard, and it was like the center of the world for music during
Yeah.
that period. And you know, if you were playing there, you had a good chance to meet like the label who come to
Yeah.
offer you for a contract. That pretty much what happened with you and your band,
Yeah.
you know, Nova Rex too. So tell us
Yeah.
about your experience about the music during, you know, the golden age of LA.
Well, uh, specifically for guitar players. So I can tell it through guitar player. You know, the look was important for the band. The look was important. So the clothes, the hair, and all of that, just like we all know, what we all see on TV. But what was very cool was that we all had to be uh, warriors, warriors,
Warriors?
okay,
Warriors?
warriors.
Okay.
Because each band, each guitar player
Mhm.
wanted to absolutely kill the other band.
Wow.
So bigger hair, more amps, louder,
more
faster.
more glitters.
There was no end. There
Wow.
was no end. But what was cool is, at least for a guitar player standpoint,
Mhm.
was that you really have to be good for real.
Yeah.
Why? Well, because there's Randy Rhoads down the street, Eddie on the other side, Paul Gilbert playing tomorrow, Slash is in the band. These are not already nobody assigned.
Yes, yeah. No, there were
Is
nobody yet.
you're there. You know what I mean? I can give you. So it was super good. There were two kinds of musician.
Mhm.
One that they were doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Of course.
Okay, they wanted to
Like
be
you
rock stars for all the wrong reasons,
like
for
you
all the
could
stupid
see
reasons.
on the movie.
And then there were the people that wanted to do this for real, like Eddie,
Mm.
like Randy Rhoads, like bands like Quiet Riot or Rat,
Like you
and all
too.
of that. Yeah, all of that. And so that was very, very cool. A lot of times, what would happen that Los Angeles was very competitive,
Mm.
right? So people would come in, go, "Oh, I'm gonna go try to do this, right? I'm gonna be a rock star and everything." Yeah, no, because all of a sudden you're trying to play at the whiskey, but just before you, Motley Crue just finished playing,
Hmm.
and you're not going to be as good as Motley Crue unless you are as good as Motley Crue, right?
And the thing is, not only playing but writing those songs, because
All of it, no, all
the show, right?
the show, the moves,
Yeah, it's not
the
only the
whips, the
musicianship, it's
show,
the
all of that.
whole
So
thing.
it was a big learning experience, or
Wow.
like a big school of rock
Yeah.
for
Do you
real.
think, it's like this anymore, or a little less?
No,
No, no more.
no, no. It changed the when the grunge came in, when Nirvana came in. That made a big hit,
Hmm.
but it was still okay because it was just no more classic rock with the big hit, but it was
Okay.
still sort of rock and roll. So
Mhm.
that was still okay. But what really changed was when the country rock came in.
Okay.
Country,
Yeah.
country rock, Nashville.
Yeah. I know.
That began to get thing, and a lot of clubs changed.
Wow.
So all of a sudden, for a rock and roll band, there was no more place to go play.
But I feel like when I came to LA in 2015 and 2017, the competition is still high, even at NAM. It's like everybody at NAM, they're
Yeah,
still
well,
everybody
this,
was like, hey, listen to me, hey, hey.
no. Like, listen, the talent is still here. I mean, Los Angeles, you walk in a place, you look at a guy, you don't think he's nothing special, but he's gonna grab a guitar and kill you, man.
Uh, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and that's still like this now.
There
Like,
is Eric,
to be
Eric
able
Segal.
to be able to survive Los Angeles, you got to be good, man.
Yeah.
You have to have talent for real. You can be lucky. Once in a while, you're lucky. You can be the guitar player for Poison.
Mhm.
Not that great, but the band is good. So you get
What
it.
about artists that try to make it as an artist and not only as a musician? How is
It's
it?
all the same. It's the same.
Same
It's
thing.
the same. Well, I'll tell you what's good about Los Angeles and America, and specifically Los Angeles. What's good about the American mentality,
Hmm.
including Los Angeles, including Paul Stanley, including Gene Simmons, including everybody that's got talent that they're already famous. What happens here is that American people respect the talent.
Wow.
American people respect talent. You might not be a star today, but they know that you could be a star tomorrow.
Wow.
If they see you and they see you play, and they know that you're good like them or even
Yeah.
better,
Yeah.
there is no ego. There's no difference. There's no, oh, I'm Paul Stanley, you're not. No.
That's
Paul
amazing.
Stanley will see you, and if he can help you, he will help
We'll
you.
do it. In fact, that what happened with me and Bruce Kulick. I mean, I was so totally flattered and humbled by him, because he shared 5 or 6 of my videos, and who could
Yeah,
who does
he didn't have to do it. He didn't have
no
to do it,
who
right?
does that every day? I mean, nowadays nobody really are gonna sponsor you if you don't give something back.
Yeah.
So that brought like a lot of fans to me, and now saying, hey, one day when Paul retires you should take the place. But that's kind of a joke, but that's how it is, because they don't know where you're from, they only see what you do, and
Yeah. Well,
that's all it matters.
that's that when they had to make the switch from Ace was not in the band, they got a guy that had a tribute Kiss band,
Yes, he's still
right?
there.
He's
Tommy
still there,
Thayer is still there.
right? That's what I
So,
mean.
and
So
he's great.
they respect the talented,
Yeah.
which is sad because me and you are Italian, and bringing this idea back to Italy, it doesn't work in Italy like that.
Right.
It's stupid.
That's why I'm really polite, and I really love to work, and I really feel fine to work with Americans. When I
Yeah,
came for the first time in 2013, I discovered completely a new world. And I was about to quit music, because I say, what am I doing? I don't want to be just I don't want to have music just as a hobby. I want to do it professionally. But in Italy, unless you don't play for somebody who is big as a guitar player, there's not really, or you go on a talent show, there's not really a way to do it. But in America, you have cruise ships that allows you to be a rock star there, like, we do it nowadays. And I discovered completely a new world. And when I came to NAM with you and Pierangelo Mezzabarba, I met Andy Timmons there, Doug Rappaport.
And they were all nice,
They
right?
were all
Everybody
nice, like us, like, hey man, how you doing? And then when I asked for a picture, and then I meet him again, he was like, hey, how you doing? Still fine? Oh, where you going playing now? Where you going? Oh my God, just like that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's completely another world, but it's the world how it's supposed to be in that
Well,
way.
listen, I'll give you a perfect example, okay? I'm Italian, cannot speak English yet. I decide to leave Italy to go be a rock star in America.
Right.
That's exactly what I did. So I get on a plane. I go to Canada first because I had to go to Canada uh, for immigration reasons,
Yes.
right? And it's as simple as this. I could not speak English still. I was a kid. I was 17 years old, right? I go see Buddy Miles. Now you're talking about 40 years ago, okay?
Yeah.
So Jimi Hendrix was still, just died not too long ago. Buddy Miles, which was part of the band of Gypsy with Jimi Hendrix, they were all young too. I was more, younger.
Yeah.
But so to reiterate what we're saying, so I go see Buddy Miles, right,
Yeah.
at a club because I was a fan of Jimi
Yeah.
Hendrix, Buddy Miles. Somehow, my cousin was Canadian, so perfect English, Canadian, goes to Buddy Miles. Buddy Miles is the drummer of Jimi Hendrix at the time with the band of Gypsy, Billy Cox, Buddy Miles. Goes, my little cousin JP right there that can't speak English. He plays guitar like crazy, man. He's really, really, really good. So Buddy Miles goes, oh, that's cool. Let me invite him to jam. Maybe I'll call him to jam a song. So what does he do? He calls me and lets me go play a song.
Nice.
At
And
the
then,
end of the night, he goes, JP, I am going back to Los Angeles. I have a big record deal with Atlantic Records. I'm going to put a new band together, and I want you to be my guitar player. So he
dream come
called
true.
me. Yeah, he called me. I got on the plane from Canada, went to LAX, Los Angeles. He had to pick me up. I had to go live with him because I didn't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, I took Jimi Hendrix plays in the band.
Wow.
There you go. There you go.
It only
That's a
happened.
that's a lesson. That's a lesson that Italian people and some European people need to learn.
Absolutely.
All right.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
today for us, immigration, it's a little harder. Otherwise,
yeah,
we would
yeah,
be
yeah,
living there already since a few years ago. But
yeah.
there's still plenty of opportunity. And for
No,
now,
no, but Phil,
cruise ships, it's
if you have the talented, if you're talent, and somehow you can
yeah,
work yourself around and gonna do
somehow,
it, just like you're on the ship now, so you can come
yeah,
in and out. I I became Canadian. It was easier for me to go from Canada to US.
mhm,
So you have to work it out. Okay, but if you're talented and everything and you stay positive,
absolutely,
the doors can still be open.
yeah.
No problem.
In
Just
fact,
like Mezza Barba amps, right?
yeah,
Who needs another amplifier in America? Who
right.
needs another amplifier? There is Bogner, there is Custom Audio, there is everything, Fender, Marshall, blah 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 blah.
But they
No,
want Mezza Barba now,
but if the product is good, you do it right,
right?
then it goes. The door can still be open.
That's why now that I have my own place as well, I use this year as a lockdown, not really on the negative side, but more on the positive to, like to develop more this channel and, to develop other relationship like with you and Pierre from Mensa Barba. And, all of a sudden stuff just started to happen like this, even if I'm home, but virtually, because now it's only virtually for this year and probably the next one too. Something started to happen, and I'm going with it. So let's
Yeah.
let's keep it like that. The positivity really makes the difference in
Well,
our
listen,
in our work.
I have been here for 40 years, and luckily I've had a beautiful life as a musician. I still do it now. Nothing has changed. I'm still very active. It's all okay. And it's simple, man. You got to be true to yourself. You got to be real. You want to be a guitar player, then learn how to play guitar, man.
Yeah.
For real. You want to be a performer, then, don't forget that there was already David Lee Roth doing a good job. And Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
Right? And everybody, right? And don't be an asshole. Be positive. Okay? Don't think that you're better than anybody else, because there's always somebody better than you, man. Right? But if you are serious and you are talented and you bring yourself to a certain level, you have to bring your level up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then things come around. Things come around.
And in fact, like on the past 6-7 years since I started joining the ships, I don't know if you knew it, but on my first contract, we brought out a brand new ship, the Norwegian Encore, and I was the supervisor there. I had like 15 musicians under my supervising control, and we also had the show called Ocean Music Fest, which was like a full hour of pop rock, and that it's like a school for yourself, because when you do that every day for 6, 7, 9 months a year, I mean, you perform every day 3 hours, and that's really a great learning process. Even if you're already Van Halen or whatever, when you perform every day, you surely will get even better. Than that.
Same with me. When I start playing, then I played every day. Christmas, New Year's Eve, holidays, playing all the time.
But not in your room, in front of a huge crowd. That's what really makes the difference, when you play for a crowd, because everybody is pretty much good in their environment, but when you start going in different demographic and different, cultures, you have to connect with it. It starts becoming very hard. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to it.
I'm sure it will. All of this is going to have to end sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. It's been a pleasure having you on the podcast. Guys, don't forget to subscribe on the channel, and we'll have JP jamming with us anytime soon as well. So big hugs from Italy, JP, your beloved country.
Ciao from Los Angeles.
Ciao, and have a beautiful day. Bye, guys.
You too. Be cool. Bye-bye.